Hey everybody, what's going on? Alan here. Welcome back to the garage, and we got to pick right back up where we left off with this Magnum. The headers on this thing, we got to find that leak. So I've had this smoke machine, so I figured now's the perfect time to use it. So I've got everything hooked up. I've got this one plugged off. I've got another Gatorade bottle over here with the nozzle going in it, and I've got some bubble gum patching up the normal holes here. So let's see if we can find out where this leak is coming from in that header. Can you guys see that smoke? It gets thicker when it warms up a little more. I'm supposed to let it warm up for a few minutes, but it's going. And sure enough, I see smoke coming out of the front here. Can you guys see the smoke? We'll see if it gets a little thicker. But it's coming out of the flange. So what I'm going to do is set up the camera, the little borescope camera actually, down in there and see if we can get a picture of it as it's leaking. So here's a look at the top of the flange here. And there's smoke coming out of somewhere. So it looks like it's coming out of one of the first two here, somewhere out of this flange. The gasket doesn't look to be crooked. So I guess the only thing to do now is to take off that mid pipe and shove the camera up the tail end of that header and see if we can see signs of light, I guess. We'll go look for light. Maybe blowing out part of the gasket. Okay, well, it looks like the headers just aren't true. You can see around, especially these first two ports here, the top and bottom are squishing really tight on the gasket, but not on the sides. Same with this one. And then this one even a little bit, but not so bad on that last one. But yeah, and then there's like something weird, like there was something in the way there. Something sandwiched in between the gasket and the header. And you can see the blow-by right here. You can see that darkness there, there, and there. And you can even feel the dip. Crazy dip on both, that one. Not so much those two, but definitely some crazy dips right here and here and here. Sanding time. Well, it's getting there. And you can see we still got a ways to go though. Especially on this front one here. These ones are leaking the worst, and you can tell I still haven't even touched the sides that are leaking. Closer. Still, centers still aren't there. That one over there. This is the only one so far. No. A little more. It's the last bit. We're running a little thin, but we got some thickness left. There we go. That's gonna be good enough. Woo! Okay, got it all back together. It's on the ground. Let's start it up and hope that ticking is gone. I mean, it should be. I just hope the other side doesn't all of a sudden, you know, like it was leaking. I just couldn't hear it because this side was so big. Huh. It's still making that sound. Unbelievable. How is that even possible? That's a serious leak, man. I flattened the heck out of those things. Well, that's a big old disappointing fail for the day. God, it sounds worse almost. I don't get it. Oh. So I'm thinking the header tube diameter must be too large. I mean, we saw some pretty serious difference, but you did see the gasket, and you can tell like the tube area and where the header seals compared to the square hole of the head itself is pretty small compared to the tube. So my guess is that behind the gasket, there's no sealing surface on the head. It must drop away. So I don't know. That's a pretty huge oversight, JBA. These are C.A.R.B legal. They have a number. What heads did you bolt these up to get certified? It's ridiculous. I'm upset, if you can't tell. Another whole day of work down the drain. What to do with you? I'm gonna go for a drive in the truck. That'll make me happy. So I do feel stupid for not catching this yesterday, but you can see that the edge of the gasket is actually past the surface, the mounting surface. This edge here. And that's exactly where it's still leaking. If we look on the header, there's still some black soot. And it's just right there. It's just that one. So it's just dumb luck that's keeping the other one sealed. The gasket's probably just a hair over in the right position, and yeah. Looks like there might be room to slide the gasket a hair to that side, but according to the bolt hole alignments, but I mean, geez. We can see there. Let's hope I can get some light on it. Still leaking right there. I mean, look how wide these are. D ports? My ports aren't D. My ports are square. These are supposed to be exact fit for my car. I don't get it. What heads have D ports? So here's the one that was leaking. I don't know if you guys can catch it, but yeah. You can see it's kind of roughed up here. Just this edge is mushroomed out or whatever. And with these bolt holes lined up, you can see that it matches the edge of the metal gasket, and actually the casting on the cylinder head is even closer to that edge. So that's, I don't know what it is I think most of the error or variance is in these welds of the header tubes here. These need to be just a little smaller diameter, and then it would solve the problem. I feel like if they made these just a hair smaller and gave people the option to carve them out rather than already being way big and now they're too big. And I know what you're thinking, I could maybe weld to this. It's 409 stainless. I would have to go get a whole new thing of wire and yeah. And then there's no way I'd be able to return these. I'm not even sure, it's the weekend right now, so I'm not even sure if they'll let me return these. I called him up today and asked him what I could do. He says, well, nothing on the weekend, but this is their only option really for the 5.7 that's C.A.R.B legal. But if you guys know of any California legal, it's got to have a C.A.R.B number and the EO number. It's going to be C.A.R.B legal with an EO number. Let me know, please. Oh, square port headers. Square port, not D port. I need square port. Okay, I got everything back together. The old exhaust manifolds. I'm not going to run those. I'm going to start it up. Make sure it doesn't have a leak. Go for it. Oh. Okay. No. Yeah, not perfect. No exhaust leak. Sounds just like it used to. Let me know about those headers, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.